This is an interesting conversation piece here. AST Space Mobile versus Starlink. What these companies can offer to you, whether it's kind of like directly or indirectly. You guys might be connecting to these services pretty soon, but it's going to be at a different capacity. The way that Starlink is going to work is going to be through a partnership with T-Mobile. So it's T-Mobile's non-terrestrial network access partnership that they have. It's going to be really, really basic, right? It's basically just going to be messaging. And if you have an iPhone, you've already had it. So I guess in a way, this is really only helping or bringing value to the Android user who doesn't have access to a satellite connection alternative. And of course, that connection is going to be texting only, right? And I was reading through some of the disclosures from, MWC and what's going on over at that conference. And there's a quote from some of the folks over at ASTS. And here's the quote. I think it's important that the connectivity be more than text. I think text may be a good way to sell more phones, but in terms of providing value to the customer and then capturing the value in the form of ARPU, average revenue per user, it's very important to be delivering real value to them, selling broadband when your phone doesn't otherwise work. And this is kind of what I was alluding to. It's not enough to just give someone texting. I think you have to do more. I think the foundation of connectivity is calling and texting, right? Just as the basics. But then comes into the piece of having a broadband experience, meaning I can use my phone for data sessions and data connectivity. And here we are getting confirmation. Now, the most important thing is, how does this capacity get created? Now, according to the technicals, AST Space Mobile says their new satellites cover 2,400 square feet. And this is up in a huge way from 269 square feet from their second gen satellites. So we're seeing improvements. And then they want to launch 45 to 60 of them through 2025. And then in 2026, continue to expand on the service. And then with respect to the investments, they've been receiving a lot of funding. I think the goal for them is through AT&T and Verizon. They're bringing their assets to the table here, right? To actually help them create more capacity. I think initially you're going to see a 5 megahertz chunk of spectrum from AT&T and Verizon that can achieve 20 megabits per second. The thing about it is they're going to have more bandwidth access than 5 megahertz, right? I mean, who knows? Maybe there's a dynamic kind of sharing type thing that may happen here. I don't know how it's going to work, but video calls will be a thing. Data sessions will be a thing. Obviously, you have to densify the satellite constellation. So with every deployment and every successful launch, the amount of capacity becomes more available. So look, if AST has this ambition to make this a true broadband solution, that means not just in emergency situations. Those are lofty goals, and this is a very, very difficult and challenging technical task. But hey, they say they can deliver it. Fine, we'll see. Show and prove. You know what I mean? Because so far, I would say that the Starlink solution over the 1900 megahertz with T-Mobile has been a complete letdown. It's been unreliable texting, and it's been only that. Right? So we'll have to see. I'm tracking it closely. I'm very intrigued by it. Obviously, AT&T and Verizon have massive amounts of customers that could leverage this connection. I also think AST is probably looking at other solutions for other spectrum bands, whatever it may be, Legato, and they talk about all these other bands. We'll see what happens. So we're tracking it. It's exciting. Definitely is. Your phone connecting to satellites in the sky. You don't even need a special handset, right? It's exciting times. What do you guys think? Let me know. What are your prospects on AST? What do you think of their approach and their mindset? You think they're going to be successful? You think they've got some difficulties up the road? Got some headwinds? What's your thoughts and opinions? Let me know. Drop me a comment. Like, share, subscribe. Check out some more of our videos. We'll see you guys on the next one.